Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India has emerged as the world's third largest startup ecosystem with over 1.25 lakh startups and 110 unicorns. Election Commission issues notification for first phase of Lok Sabha polls. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar terms Lok Sabha elections as largest electoral logistics exercise that this planet has ever witnessed. IMD forecasts rain in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and Odisha today. And in badminton, ace Indian shuttlers Lakshya Sen, Sindhu and Kidambi Srikant to start the Swiss Open campaign in Basel today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India has emerged as the world's third largest startup ecosystem with over 1.25 lakh startups and 110 unicorns. Addressing the Startup Mahakumbh at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi today, he said India's startup ecosystem is flourishing at an unprecedented pace backed by the innovative spirit of country's youth power. Elaborating on space startups, Mr. Modi said that Indian startups are working in more than 50 areas in the space sector, including the launch of the space shuttle.
50 से अधिक सेक्टर्स में भारत के स्टार्टअप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं और ऑलरेडी हमारे स्टार्टअप स्पेस शटल लॉन्च करने लगे हैं जी। भारत की युवा शक्ति का सामर्थ्य आज पूरी दुनिया देख रही है। हमारे पास 110 से ज्यादा यूनिकॉर्न्स हैं।
The Prime Minister said that today, when the country is working on the roadmap for a developed India by 2047, this Startup Mahakumbh is of great importance. He said in the last decade, India has seen as to how it has made strides in the IT and software sector, and now people are seeing the trend of innovation and startup culture in India. Mr. Modi mentioned the Startup India initiative has given a platform to innovative ideas and connected them to funding. He added that India's youth has chosen the path of being job creator rather than job seeker.
देश के नौजवानों ने जॉब सीकर से ज्यादा जॉब क्रिएटर बनने का रास्ता चुना। देश के युवाओं ने दिखा दिया कि वो क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं। आज भारत दुनिया का तीसरा बड़ा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम है।
The Prime Minister asked the entrepreneurs to be vigilant about filing their patents quickly. He said startups have made a turnover of over 20,000 crore rupees over GEM portal, which is a big achievement. He said that the startup revolution is being led by small cities, and that too in a wide range of sectors, including agriculture, textiles, medicine, transport, space, yoga and Ayurveda. The Prime Minister expressed delight that more than 45% of the startups in the country are being led by women. Mr. Modi emphasized the importance of the culture of innovation for humanity, not just for Viksit Bharat. The Election Commission has issued notification for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections today. The elections will be held in 102 Lok Sabha seats in 17 states and 4 union territories in this phase. 39 seats of Tamil Nadu, 12 seats of Rajasthan, 8 seats of Uttar Pradesh, 6 seats of Madhya Pradesh, 5 seats each in Uttarakhand, Assam and Maharashtra, 4 seats of Bihar and 3 seats of West Bengal will go to the polls in this first phase. Polls will also be held in 2 seats each in Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya and 1 seats each in Chhattisgarh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Jammu and Kashmir, Lakshadweep and Puducherry in the first phase. Nominations can be filed till the 27th of this month. However, for Bihar, the last date for filing nominations is the 28th of this month. The scrutiny of nominations will be done on the 28th of this month, and the last date for withdrawal of candidatures is March 30th. Whereas in Bihar, the scrutiny of nominations will be done on the 30th of this month, and the last date for withdrawal of candidature is April 2nd. Voting will be held on April 19th. In Rajasthan, the process of filing nominations has started today with the issuance of poll notifications for 12 Lok Sabha constituencies in the state, which are going to polls in the first phase. The filing of nominations will continue till March 27th in Sri Ganganagar, Bikaner, Churu, Nagaur, Sikhar, Jhunjhunu, Alwar, Jaipur, Jaipur Rural, Bharatpur, Dausa, and Karoli Dholpur constituencies. We have a report from a correspondent.
District election officers have imposed Section 144 in the respective districts. No person, political parties, organizations will be able to hold a procession, rally or a public meeting without valid permission. 5 persons, including the candidate, will be allowed in the returning officer's room during filing the nominations. For the total 25 Lok Sabha seats in the state, BJP has declared 15 candidates while Congress has announced their candidates on the 10 seats. Brainstorming is underway on both the parties to announce the candidates for the remaining seats. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
In view of the Lok Sabha elections and assembly polls in 4 states, the Election Commission of India has notified the category of electors mentioned for the purpose of facility of voting through postal ballot as absentee voters in the category of persons employed on essential services. The list includes the employees of Metro, Railways, BSNL, Electricity and Health Departments, Fire Services, Postal Services, Aviation, Disaster Management, Doordarshan and Akashvani and media persons authorized by the Commission for polling day coverage, among others. The Commission said that as per the provisions of the Representation of the People Act 1951 and on due consideration of the matter, it has notified the persons employed in the essential services as a class of persons to cast vote by postal ballot on being on duty on the day of poll in the current general elections and legislative assemblies of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Odisha and Sikkim, and by-elections in 26 assembly constituencies in 13 states.
Lok Nirnay 2024 special program on general elections.
Every evening at 7 and repeat broadcast at 9:30 p.m. on Akashvani Gold.
Updates of election activities.
Insights from regions and constituencies.
Experts' opinion and analysis.
In the world's largest festival of democracy.
Stay tuned for Lok Prasarak ke saath Lok Nirnay 2024.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah has expressed confidence that the National Democratic Alliance NDA will win over 400 seats in the Lok Sabha election, and the BJP itself crossed the 370 seats mark. Speaking to a private television channel, Mr. Shah today said the Narendra Modi government has taken several steps to uplift the poor by providing them basic amenities. He said Indian economy scaled a new height in the last 10 years by becoming the 5th largest economy in the world. Lok Janshakti Party Ram Vilas chief Chirag Paswan has announced that he will contest the Lok Sabha elections from Hajipur seat in Bihar. Out of the 40 parliamentary constituencies in the state as per the agreement, LGP Ram Vilas will contest 5 seats as part of the NDA ally. Talking to reporters in New Delhi, Chirag Paswan said that discussion on the selection of the candidates is going on within the party, and within 4 to 5 days, the name of the candidates on the remaining seats will be announced. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on a Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. External Affairs Minister Dr. S Jaishankar has termed the upcoming 18th edition of the Lok Sabha elections as the largest electoral logistics exercise that this planet has ever witnessed. In a virtual statement on the 3rd edition of the Summit for Democracy, organized by the Republic of Korea in Seoul, Dr. Jaishankar said that the country today has 1.4 million women, constituting the largest cohort of elected women representatives at the grassroots level in any part of the world. He said the government's recent decision to extend 33% reservation for women in both parliament and state legislatures recognizes the fundamental principle that women's voices are indispensable in shaping the nation's destiny. The minister said introduction of electronic voting machines is a testament to the country's commitment to transparency, efficiency and the sanctity of the democratic process.
In the diverse tapestry of India, we find a compelling narrative of democracy intertwined with both technological progress and a concerted effort to make elections more inclusive, a story that holds promise for future generations. By extending the right to vote to a younger demographic beginning at the age of 18, We acknowledge that the future belongs to our youth and their voices should be integral to any democratic conversation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will pay a 2-day state visit to Bhutan from tomorrow. During the visit, Mr. Modi will receive audience with the King of Bhutan, Jigme Kesar Namgyal Wangchuk, and the 4th King of Bhutan, Jigme Singye Wangchuk. He will also hold talks with his Bhutanese counterpart, Shering Tobge. The Minister of External Affairs said the visit is in keeping with the tradition of regular high-level exchanges between India and Bhutan and the government's emphasis on its neighborhood-first policy. The European Union and the United Nations said Hong Kong's new national security bill is deeply worrying and could erode fundamental freedoms in the China-ruled city. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk in a statement said that it is alarming that such consequential legislation was rushed through the legislature despite serious concerns raised about the incompatibility of many of its provisions with international human rights law. The European Union said in a separate statement that it was concerned about the potential impact on the rights and freedoms of the people of Hong Kong. Former US President Donald Trump's legal team has filed a brief in the Supreme Court in its bid for criminal immunity, arguing that the former president enjoys absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for his official acts. The case is to be argued before the justices on April 25th. Back home, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended greetings to the nation on the occasion of Navroz today. In a social media post on X, he expressed hope that the coming year would be filled with success and growth and enhance the bond of unity in society. Mr. Modi wished joy and well-being for all. In West Bengal, Income Tax Department is carrying out raids at the house of Swarup Biswas at New Alipur in Kolkata. Swarup Biswas is the brother of State Minister Arup Biswas. Income tax team is also carrying out raids in Behala, Pornoshri and other areas of Kolkata. They are also searching the houses of officials of Eden Real Estate and Multicon Real Estate. India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast moderate rainfall in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Bihar today. It said moderate rainfall accompanied by thunderstorms, lightning and gusty winds is expected over many parts of India, including the east, central and adjoining peninsulas. The wind gusting up to 40 km per hour will also likely to prevail over East Uttar Pradesh today. Heavy rainfall occurred in several parts of Odisha during the past 24 hours. The Met Department said thunderstorm with lightning and gusty surface wind speed reaching 30 to 40 km per hour are very likely to occur at one or two places over districts of Baleshwar, Bhadrak, Jajpur, Kendrapara, Jagatsinghpur, Cuttack, Gajapati, Khordha, Nayagar and Puri. It has issued an orange warning for these districts. Heavy rains accompanied by strong winds uprooted huge trees in Dhenkanal town. The Bhubaneswar Met Centre has issued advisory to keep watch on the weather and take safe shelter during the thunderstorm activity to protect themselves from lightning. In the Swiss Open Badminton, Lakshya Sen, PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikant, Kiran George, Priyanshu Rajawat and other elite shuttlers will start their campaigns today. Early in the men's singles qualifiers, Satish Kumar Karunakaran defeated Uriel Canjura of El Salvador, while Samir Verma beat Coelho de Oliveira of Brazil. In the women's doubles category, India's Gayatri Gopichand and Trisa Jolie have advanced to the pre-quarters yesterday. They triumphed over the American duo of Carrie Sue and Annie Sue in the round of 32. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India has emerged as the world's third largest startup ecosystem with over 1.25 lakh startups and 110 unicorns. Election Commission issues notification for first phase of Lok Sabha polls. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar terms Lok Sabha elections as largest electoral logistics exercise that this planet has ever witnessed. IMD forecasts rain in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and Odisha today. And in badminton, ace Indian shuttlers Lakshya Sen, PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikant to start the Swiss Open campaign in Basel today. And with that, we end the Midday News.